I've got three issues that I want to discuss today in regards to distribution. The first is channel discrimination. It's an issue we're facing in the U.S. The second is regulatory overreach. And the third is consumer perception of travel agents. Starting with channel discrimination. In the U.S., we have a big problem, travel agents have a big problem with the airlines withholding certain content from travel agents' distribution systems. And that's the ancillary products such as seat assignments, early boarding, and various options. And in many cases, the travel agent's customer must go directly to an airline to obtain these ancillary products. So we are involved in a rulemaking with the Department of Transportation to try to force the airlines to provide this information at the point of sale. This fragmentation is costly to our industry because some travel agents will go directly to the carrier's websites and make this booking. We'd like to make it seamless so that all of these products, especially the major products such as baggage and seat assignments, can be booked and transacted through the GDS systems. Another issue related to channel discrimination involves the hotels. I don't know if you guys have heard, but recently Marriott International announced a policy beginning January 15th to discriminate against our channel. So beginning January 15th, any consumer that books through a travel agent will not get free Wi-Fi. But if you book through MarriottDirect.com or through the property direct, your customers will get free Wi-Fi. And this is with all properties within the brand portfolio. This includes Renaissance and the various other properties, Ritz-Carlton. So it's a bit of a challenge for our industry in the U.S., but I believe this policy applies globally. So it's a big concern. And again, this is channel discrimination. Our members are aware, and many of them are reacting appropriately. Just to point out, I think there was a study in 2012 by McKinsey & Company that put it, I think, succinctly, that travel suppliers should focus on customer needs. And they should not solely focus on channel costs. I think a lot of suppliers are focusing too much on reducing channel costs, and they're not focusing enough on meeting the needs of their customers. A second issue that I'd like to bring up is about regulatory overreach. I know we've heard it today that some governments are a bit heavy-handed when it comes to their regulatory processes. In the U.S., we experienced this a few years ago when our Department of Transportation issued rules requiring travel agents to make hazardous materials disclosures by providing a verbal disclosure. And also, the travel agents were required to obtain an acknowledgement. So the customer had to say, yes, I understand these hazardous materials disclosure. So we fought this for several years, and finally we got the Department of Transportation to agree with us that they had overreached. And they did this, they originally issued this rule based on what they thought they were doing was harmonizing with the rest of the world. But we had to prove to them that in fact they weren't harmonizing the U.S. with the rest of the world. So that's one of the big battles that we face in the U.S., but thankfully there was a good outcome there. And the final issue I want to bring to your attention that we focus on, or we've experienced in the U.S., is the consumer perception of travel agents. In the U.S., there are quite a few consumers who think that travel agents don't exist. And you may have experienced this in your markets as well. This year, we commissioned a study called the Value of Travel Agent Study. It's a consumer research study that looked at why consumers use travel agents and what value those travel agents bring to consumers. It's quite an exhaustive study. I'd be happy to talk to you about that later. And later this year, we're actually in the middle of doing a study. It's a demand creation study. We believe that travel agents provide an incredible value to suppliers, and that value is creating demand for travel. Because there are many people who probably wouldn't even go on a trip had it not been for a travel agent who created that demand for the travel. So we're excited about the study. We hope that it will have some impact on the channel discrimination that we've experienced in the U.S.